Today we'll be answering some, what was it again? Sorry. Just say it to me slow. Today we're gonna be oh my God. Today we're gonna be answering some incomplete web searches about Rutgers.
First question is, what is the best place to eat at RU? So my personal favorite is the Cook Cafe because you can personalize everything you eat there.
My personal favorite is Henry's Diner because I really like their burgers and you can swipe for it, so.
I really love the Livy Dining Commons.
The second question is, what is the best Rutgers hack? Mine is a bus hack. So basically, if you are on a campus and you need to get to class, it's the most crowded when classes get out on your campus. So knowing how the schedule is on your campus and then taking the buses in between those times will really help you get a seat on the bus and not have to get on a crowded bus.
I love seeing the dining hall hacks where people will take like cheese from the salad station and then grab like the nachos from like a chip station and like melt it together in a microwave and make nachos, or grab different things just to make their own like meal creation.
Knowing what campus the Starbucks truck is going to be on every day, and then knowing what time the classes end, or what time they start and end, and then going in between when everyone else is at class and getting your Starbucks meal swiping for it. The next question is, what is it like to be in a large lecture class? A lot of my classes are large lectures, and I kind of like it because if I don't really know what's going on in class, I can ask someone who's next to me and somebody knows what's going on, and then they can kind of like help you through it.
I would say it's like definitely easy to slack off. So if you do want to make sure that you're paying attention, sit in the front. People that sit in the front are statistically proven to get better grades than people that sit in the back.
Yeah, Tatizo is like the people in the front and the side, so I usually go there and then you don't even notice that you're in a lecture hall because you feel like you're right there with professors and you can still ask questions in the middle of class, and it's just like any other class when you're really like that up close. The next question is, what if I fail a class? No. So I would say that, I mean, it depends on every academic school, but for a lot of times, if you fail a class, you have the opportunity always to retake it. Then once you retake a class, the F is still on your transcript, but it won't impact your GPA at all. So if you fail a class, but then end up coming back and getting an A, it's as if the F didn't even impact your GPA at all, which is really useful.
But in some cases, for example, Rutgers Business School, I know does this, but if you don't get the C, because you have to get C's in all of your classes, you retake the class and it averages out. And our last question is, what if I don't like my roommate?
So they're all looking at me because I'm a resident assistant. So if you don't like your roommate, you can always go to your RA. They're trained in conflict management and things like that. So you can always just sit down with your RA and your roommate and talk about ways that you can figure out how to make your living space a little bit more comfortable.
Also in the beginning of the year, you get to fill out a roommate agreement, and the roommate agreement is basically anything you can think of with regards to living with someone. So it's going to ask like, how often you shower, how like messy is your room usually at home, stuff like that. And I would just say take the roommate agreement really, really seriously, and if there's anything that you want to make sure that happens throughout the year in your room, make sure you put it in there.
I hope we answered some of your questions. If you have any more questions, feel free to follow us at Rutgers NSO on Instagram.